Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and today I thought we'd have a look at these. Now, if you've watched my previous video on that World War II officer's bed kit that I got hold of, you might have seen these because I picked these up from the same car boot sale. And I don't know whether they're an expensive brand or not, but they're a nice, decent pair of headphones. And what I like about them is that they've got a detachable headphone cable there. You know, stereo 3.5 jack to whatever you want on the other end. And the idea of that, I suppose, is that if you walk away from whatever you're doing, you forget, the cable just detaches, it just pulls out. Now, this is the whole thing. I bought these, they cost me £1 from the car boot sale. And I asked the woman selling them, I said, do they work? And she said, oh yeah, they work fine, it's just we've lost the cable for them. Well, that's fine, I mean, and they were only £1. But when I got them home and I tried them, they don't actually work properly. If you connect them up, I'll just play some music through them. I don't know if you can, you'll be able to pick this up, but that side works fine, but when we go on to the other side, dead. Now, they only cost £1, and I don't mind paying £1 for them. But I'll just unplug that. But say, I can repair them, I can fix them. But say it was someone that's really short on money, and they thought, oh, I really need a pair of headphones, and they say they work. I've got a spare £1, and I've got a cable at home that'll work them. Go on, I'll pay that £1. I can't really afford it, but I need some headphones, and I'll pay that £1 because she says they work. They're going to be really disappointed, aren't they? If they could repair them themselves, you know, they're going to be really disappointed with it. It don't matter. Why didn't she just say to me, oh, they're dodgy on one side? They're £1. I'd have still given her £1 for them. I wouldn't have tried to beat her down for these. Like I said, they're a decent pair of headphones. I don't mind paying £1 for them broken. It's the fact that she said, oh no, they work perfectly, it's just we've lost the cable. You know, it really gets on my nerves, that. Why can't they just be honest and say, oh, they don't work properly on one side, but you know, they're £1, they are only £1. I'd have happily given her £1 for them. Anyway, I'm rant over. It's one of them things that really pisses me off about people, that. And I know I don't normally swear on this channel, but you know, why can't people just be honest? But anyway, like I said, they only cost me £1, and let's see what we can do with them. I'm suspecting it's just this, either the jack's knackered, or what more likely what I think's happened is they've got yanked and it's just broken the solder connections inside, and probably just need to reflow a bit of solder. But I think we can get in these. They do look nice quality. I think you can actually gain access to the insides of these ones. If anyone knows that symbol and can let me know, are these decent headphones, or is that some kind of gaming? Is that some kind of gaming symbol or something? Like I said, I'm not into modern gaming, so I really wouldn't know. But the sound quality of them, I mean, you wiggle it and they do work in stereo if you hold it in a certain position. And I have played music through them, and they sound very, very nice actually. They are quite impressive headphones. We'll need some bits to get in here, I think. Let's get them out. Right, I think what we can do is just pull the rubber off. And yeah, and straight away we've got three Phillips screws there. I mean, you don't see that on particularly cheap headphones. Everything's just glued together on them. So let's see if we can get these three screws out, and we can get in there and we can see if we can do something with it. I am taking the right side apart. Yes, I am. Just double checking there. And I will be getting back on with the Master System, don't worry. The PCB for it is right here. That should be the next video that I make, to be honest. I just wanted to make this video partly because I wanted to make that little bit of a rant, and I know some people like me fixing things that aren't necessarily vintage, just repairing random things, so I thought I'd make a good video. Alright, let's see if we can get in here. We've taken them screws out, so how does this... Oh, oh, bloody hell. Oh, right. Okay, we're in. Oh right, okay. Let's try and pull this out. That just looks like a PCB mount headphone connector in there actually. Let me see if I can hook it out. Something I can get in there, and it's been glued into position. Have we seen this? What they've done? Perhaps these aren't quite as expensive as they do sound nice though. Come on, focus. Focus, you silly camera. There we go. That is literally just a PCB mount 3.5mm headphone jack, and they stuck it upside down with the legs sticking up and glued it in place. So right, let's obviously then that means that it's actually the socket's knackered basically. Right. So how are we going to fix this one then? Let's we're going to have to get that out of there. So let's see how we can get that out of the actual. I don't want to try and break the plastic, but there we go. That broke it free. Let's pop you out. So yeah, if we look at that, it literally is just a. Let's zoom you in so you can see it. Oops, that's out. There you go. It is just a PCB mount 3.5mm socket they've used, and literally they've just glued it in position down there. So, right, I'll leave you zoomed in, and I will rummage in my box of junk. I've got, ooh. No, I don't think we'll be able to get one of them in. I've got them. Oops, oh right, hang on a minute. I've got that type there. We might be able to do something with one of them, but well, we'll see. They'd be a nice one to use because they're very good quality. They're off Altec Lansing speakers. Some Altec Lansing PC speakers. I used to have, bloody hell, how many of them did I buy when I was younger? I think I bought 50 sets of them at an auction that were going lovely and cheap. And I've got this type here, but these ones are a video ones, so they're 4-pin. I mean, we could possibly still use them, and that. Oops, I'm getting left and right mixed up here. And that type there is like your standard PCB mount one, and it's a bit bigger than what's been used on that. I don't know if we get that in. I think we might be much better actually, seeing if we could indeed use. I'll have to zoom you out. I can't really get things in shot there. It may actually be better to use one of these. We may have to modify the plastic slightly, ream it out a little bit to get one of these in, but I'm sure if I use one of these it ain't going to fail again. And the stereo. Yeah, you've got 3 pins, you've got a ground, left and a right, so they are stereo ones. They're actually being used in a mono configuration. Well, that one's being used in a mono configuration on this. I think that was the sub out, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, all the connectors, all 3 of them are the same, so I think we've got what we're going to. Yeah, I'm going to try one of them because I know these are really nice connectors. So yeah, we definitely will have to ream out the plastic a bit here. We might have to snip a bit of plastic out inside, but that's not a problem. Let's see if we can get this to work. Right, let's get that in position. Let's get the jolly old solder sucker out. Get some solder. I will say that it is hotter than Satan's bathroom in my little attic workshop here at the moment. It is ridiculous because I do have one of the little Velux windows, and it doesn't have a blind on it. That's one thing I'm struggling with lighting at the moment. I'll have to get a Velux blind for it really. And currently the sun is pelting down on the back of the neck while I'm trying to do this, and it's most uncomfortable. It's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing too many videos up here in the last in the last week. That, and I've been ridiculously busy with work and other projects, so that's how it goes when you're freelance, unfortunately. Right, let's have a whittle. Out you come. There we go, that's that salvaged. And we've got ground is the bottom of it there, and then we've got left is the middle, and right is the end. I believe that's how these are wired. I have used them before. Right, so what we want to do, let's fold you out of the way because you're getting in my way. Hopefully you can see this. Like I said, unfortunately with the sun, I am really struggling, but I think we can make that fit in there, and then we can solder the wires from that to that. That's the plan anyway. So we're going to just slightly remount that hole. And we can use, what we need really is a screwdriver that's the same width as that. Let's see what we've got in the box. Well, that'll get us nearly there. That might do it. Okay, let's have a look how close we are with that. We're still a bit far off. No, I don't really want to use the... have I got a step drill in here that's the right size? I wonder, I've got a step drill about, where I just used it held in my fingers rather than using it in the actual drill, whether that would work. Now, where's my drill box gone? What the hell have I done with my drill box? Oh, there it is. You may get shaken. Oh, I can't bury that out. And knock everything down in the workshop, and try and get that out at the moment. If you've got anything in here that'll do the trick. I've just bought a new set of files, and I'm cursing myself because I know I've left them downstairs. But hey, let's see if we can do this like I used to do when I was at uni, when I had absolutely sod all materials or anything about. I had a tiny little toolbox, and that's all it was. That's all I had. And back then it was in the infancy of eBay. I think eBay had only been going a year when I was last at university, so it was mostly just mail order and maplings to get parts. It's not like it is now, where you just you go on Amazon or you go on eBay or anywhere and you can get every bit you need. We used to have to plan to get our bits, and I need something to get that out even more. It's nearly there. Let's see what we've got. Let's have a look in here, see if we've got... No. Bet all my step drills are buried in that drill box. I'll have another attempt to see if I can get it out. Ooh. And there we come. This is where we find out that there isn't a step drill in here. You bugger. Yeah, from that you've probably guessed, no, there isn't a step drill in there. Where have they gone? Where have they gone? I know I've got two up here. Disappeared. Oh well, I know what will work. I've used this before. And it actually makes a very nice job of it, I must admit. There we go, let's try that. I'm sure that'll be big enough now. No, you're kidding me. Right. There we are. That's it. That's going to fit now. Right. You are really irking me now. I think I'm going to have to get a scalpel out on that. We'll use a scalpel and we'll just carve away a little bit of the plastic down there, which is going to be in our way. There we are. There's some more plastic in here we're going to have to cut away because it's going to be in the way of the new connector. And a bit of the old connector stuck in there as well. Get rid of that. Let's have a look now. There we are. That's a nice tight fit. Oops. And drop your scalpel on the floor. Right, now we need to remove the rest of the plastic from the inside there. Put that away. That should make enough room for the new connector to go in. There we go. I'll get in there and just clean that up with the scalpel blade because there's a bit down there I don't want in there. You might think it's a lot of work for a set of headphones, but a decent set of headphones, you know, you're looking, what, 20 quid, 30 quid? Like I said, I don't know whether these are an expensive set, but certainly the sound quality is good on them, and that's what I'm after. I don't care if they've got a fancy brand name or something. And obviously I'd love it if I had a set of Bose or something like that, because they are fantastic, but I would never ever justify the prices that they're sold for. I was in the Bose shop the other day in the Trafford Centre in Manchester with a mate of mine. Well, he were in Bose with his wife, struggling to buy his shoes. But while I was waiting for them, I went into the Bose, and they had all these fancy wireless Bluetooth headphone sets, and like they start at like 130 quid. The only way I'll ever get some of them is if I find some broken ones that I can repair cheap. And I do mean cheap. I wouldn't pay more than like 20 quid for a broken set. Not headphones anyway, because your chances of fixing them are, well, you may end up having to do something like this to them. Right, have we created enough space to get this in there now? No, I think we're going to have to cut a little bit more away. Just on these edges here. Just trim a bit more plastic out. So I don't think we're really too seriously weakening this by doing this. The other thing I could have done is go online and probably get an exact replica for that, but it is a really cheap, crappy headphone jack. Really cheap and crappy. Sorry, headphone socket, not jack. It's like cheapest of the cheap Chinese junk actually. So I'm trying to say, and drivers don't look that much better, but for some reason they do sound pretty good. Might be my shocking hearing nowadays. Ow! Oh, I just broke the scalpel blade. Fortunately, it didn't go into my finger. That's what usually happens when you break a scalpel blade. Putting too much sideways force on it then. Try to get that bit of plastic out. Never a good idea. Scalpel blades are great at cutting down, but if you try and use them to bend to the side, you're just liable to break the blade. And we've got a bit of scalpel blade to get rid of. Okay. He says going back in for a second attempt. Try and trim that down a bit. Snap that bit out there that I've just these to do that. Right, okay, let's see if we've got enough space to get the reconnector in. As soon as I find what I've done. Oh, there it is. It's getting close. I think it just needs a little bit more out just at the back there. Okay, let's try that on one last time. Try pushing that. There we are, that's in. I think if we bend them legs down, we'll have to cut some of them short. Still leave enough to solder to. We'll have no problem. Yeah, I've got a feeling I know how I can get them so they all sit down flat. But that fits in quite nicely there if we look. And we can see that. Sorry about the sun. I do apologise about the sun. Come on. Can you see that there? That's the new connector in its position. I'm going to drop the scalpel yet again. Right. I think we'll bond that in place with a dab of super glue. That is really tight in that connector actually. That's lovely and tight. So you never want a sloppy. You never really want a sloppy hole. You always want it tight. There it is. Good old cryoacrylate. You have got to be careful with this, you don't want to get it in the wrong place, like on your fingers. All we're going to do is we're going to put a tiniest little drop. First we're going to unblock the nozzle on the glue. See, capacitors are much more useful than just repairing circuits with. They do come in very handy for unblocking holes. And put a tiny little drop. Tiny little drop down there. I've got to see if I can do something about that that sun. I'll just finish doing this and I might just pause you for a second so I can just see if I can block that sun out, because you really can't see anything I'm doing here. So back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, and I will say if that if this drops down, then sod it, and we'll carry on regardless, because I've currently got an old curtain jammed up into the window with a empty chip tube that I had spare, and to do it I've had to shut the actual window, which means that the heat in here is going to become unbearable very, very quickly. So we'll clog on with this little repair. Anyway, the good news is that did at least give it time for the glue to go off, and that is not coming out of there now. That is absolutely rock solid. What we are going to have to do is slightly modify this so we can actually get the speaker to refit. So what we'll have to do is we need to bend these contacts down so they're flat. Which means I need my, where have my pliers? Oh, I can use these. They're blunt, they don't matter. I just want to bend all the contacts flat basically. So bend the first one down. I'm going to snip off a bit of that one. Otherwise they're going to short out, and I'm going to snip off a bit of that one. I can bend that way. I can bend that way, so they're flat down like that. So that's our ground connection there at the back. Then we've got I think right then left. No, sorry, left then right. I think that's right anyway. Okay, let's sort this out. this mess we've got here. So we've got all the grounds going together, good. Then we've got let's get this old connector off so we can see what we're working with. Alright, that's that one off. It's that horrible cable. I hate working with this cable. It's like, there we go. And they're all the same colour. Lovely. There we go. It's almost like lynx wire. It's, and obviously there's a good side of it that it doesn't break like most wires do, but it's still a pain in the ass to work with. And to get these just in a nice position where I can work on them and solder. And something heavier than that. Where's my pliers? That's better. I'll tin up these connectors. Can you all see me working there? Okay, I'll bring you in perhaps a little bit. Oops, that's the wrong way. Bring you down a bit. There you go. That's a little bit of light that's escaped in and I can't do anything about it. At least the curtain's not dropped down. Let's tin these connectors up. So, tin that one up. Push that one right down, but I can still get to it. Tin that one up. And tin that one up. Okay, we'll start with the ground. That's the 2 wires. Oops, and as soon as I touch them, they would spring apart, wouldn't they? That's bloody typical. Okay, that's the ground connected. Now let's figure out which one's which. That one is the one that goes round to there, and that one is the, just say inside, doesn't it? Yeah, that's the right speaker. Okay, so the one that goes through is the right speaker. And we said that the back connection on these was the right connection, wasn't it? So that one's the right connection. We'll do the left connection first, actually. Can you actually see what I'm doing here? I'm sure you can. Oops. Okay, and finally let's connect up the right to this side here. Okay, we'll have to snip the excess off that one. It's left us with a little bit of a tail. Let's snip the tail off. And let's see if we can reassemble this thing. Hopefully we've got enough room to get it all in with the new connector there. I think it does sit a tiny bit more proud than the original, but hopefully it will go in. Oh, that's annoying. There's a plastic bit there that serves, oops, off the shot. There's a plastic bit there that serves, the only purpose really is to press on the old connector. So, as it's the old connector and we're using a new connector, let's snip that off and get rid of it. And hopefully that will give us the clearance that we need. No, that's a pain. I will be right back in a second when I've figured this out. Okay, I'm back, and wow, that wasn't as easy as I thought. I've got it all back together now. I made a right hash of it though. I had to actually put a new connector on. I completely ballsed it up. I'll fully admit what I did. I got it all back together, and despite the cosmetic damage I've done to it, I did get it all back together, and I plugged my connector in, and I was only getting one side again, and I thought, bloody hell, I know both speakers work, because like I said, when you used to fiddle about with the old connector, it would connect and it would work. I thought, oh Christ, what's wrong now? And I opened it back up, and what I'd done, I connected one channel right, but I then reversed between the ground and the other channel. I got them on the wrong way around, so that's why only one channel was working. Anyway, I ended up ripping the other. I damaged this connector, basically getting it back off the glue, so I ended up desoldering another connector from the scrap PCB. I've got that installed. I've just tested it now, and it is working now, but I'm really peeved off. I decided I need to carve a little bit more of the plastic away there, and I was really struggling getting in with a scalpel to do it, so I thought, haha, I'll get the old soldering iron and I'll just melt it a bit away with that. And I got a bit overzealous with the soldering iron, and I actually melted the plastic there at the back. Now, this doesn't bother me. These aren't something I'm going to be selling or anything like that. They're just for me to use, actually in my bedroom with my bedroom PC when I want to watch YouTube videos at night. So, like I said, a bit of damage like that does not bother me in the least. The connector is lovely and secure. It's glued in there, and because it's a larger connector, even with trimming that post off, the plastic around here still bears down on it, so there is no way that that's actually shifting. And all I need to do now is put the foam ear pad back on. Now, these can be easier said than done as well. These can be a right pain. I remember I used to always buy the cans that we used to use at work, which are like they're basically a headset with a microphone, and you have a belt pack on. I presume it's all gone wireless now, but this is an older system. It's a wired system. Used XLR cable to connect it all up, and the foam on these used to fail. Obviously, you have hot, sweaty technicians on them for like 12 hours of a day. The foams used to fail quite regular, and the company that made them used to supply replacement foams. And as I was the engineer, it was my job to change the foams on them, and I absolutely hate doing it because they're exactly like these. You have to like kind of pull them and twist them, and eventually they'll go where they're meant to go. That one wasn't too bad actually. That one's gone on. That's gone on quite easily. Yeah. Ah, wow, that's actually in position quite well. They never usually fit on that easily, that quickly. Right, so anyway, I suppose you want to hear them, well, as best you can hear them play, because obviously you're on a video. But look, if you look, the nice positive snap there, you never got that with the old connector. Then that's a lovely tight fit. That's exactly what you want when you're slotting into your hole. You hear a nice tight snap like that. Let's play a little bit of music. I don't know if you can hear. Got that one playing there, and then that one playing there. I don't know if you can hear the difference there. You won't be able to hear the stereo because I don't think this has got stereo microphone on it, but I can assure you that both headphones are now playing, and it does sound very, very good. Like, even if these are cheap, nasty headphones, they sound brilliant. They do sound incredibly good. I'll stop that before I get a copyright strike. They do sound absolutely fantastic. If anyone does know, like I said, what that symbol is, and if they are a particular brand, can you please let me know? Because I'm actually blown away with the sound quality on them. They are very, very good. I mean, I know I'm pretty deaf now. I mean, I'm 38 and I've spent 10 years as a roadie. Before I got into the job that I worked, I've worked for the last 10 years. I spent a long time as road crew. I spent a long time literally propping up the PA at the side of the stage, so my hearing's pretty shot. But to my ears, these sound really, really nice. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there for, well, that's the video now done. I promise you next video I will be carrying on with the Sega Master System repair. So we'll leave it there for now. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.